Welcome back to TN Treasures with Helen and Aaron, everyone. Glad you could join us today. We're out for our final day of the Eclipse estate sale weekend bonanza. We are today currently, what you're seeing now is Canals estate sales. This particular sale was up in Eads, Tennessee. It's a really nice area. Helen and I, this is our third time coming to the estate sale for the weekend. And we're kind of coming in today. I believe it's a 50% off day. So we're hoping that any of the things that we had kind of tucked away in the back of our brains, if you will, looking at things, hoping to kind of come in and score some of the last day's sale items. This room here was full of Christmas items. And, you know, I walked in, there was a lot of spode. I didn't see it. And I was really wishing I was paying more attention because I didn't see these saucers right here as I was looking at this item. And, you know, looking at the video now, realizing that the comps on those were pretty good. I don't remember what they were priced at, but I probably should have grabbed those. So I'll mark that up for next time and definitely make sure that we pay a little closer attention. Coming into this room, just a continuation of additional Christmas items. You know, the sale had definitely had a lot of people coming through it. I believe the team did really well here. They were set up nice and just a lot of items moved through. One of the things that caught my eye in this room, if you look, there's a little jewelry box there. Wasn't quite sure if this was anything that we really wanted, didn't know what we could do with it. I kind of regret now possibly not grabbing that because I do believe it was pretty old. It did look handmade. I was assuming it had an underneath to it. It really didn't, so I think that was the reason why I didn't grab it, because it was just that one piece that you saw. So kind of left it there. If I could go back, I probably would have grabbed it. Now this is where we come through here and you look, there's a Waterford crystal there. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the video goes in. But right here, I believe, is where Marvin comes up. He's one of the guys that runs the sale. Super nice guy. Him and his wife, extremely easy to work with. You know, like I'd said before, the estate people here, they work really hard, building a good relationship and just working together with them. This room here, I was kind of hoping I could have found some sterling silver, but everything here was plated and it had definitely been picked over pretty good. So as we move through, you know, come in and see Helen come through here. I think she found a couple of really cool items. That vase that the candlestick she has in her hand was one that she had spied the past 2 days. It was marked at $2. We haven't found anything exactly online that matches it, but I do believe we did pretty good on it. It's a high quality piece. So as we move through the kitchen, really not a lot left in here to see. One of the things I did notice after was there was a little cubby on the bottom of the island cabinet. And again, it just showcases, make sure you take in the room a little bit. Nothing in there right now, but not sure if we missed anything on the past couple of days. Helen had just come down from below on the foyer, and you can see there, she's giving me a heads up. She said, asked me to take a look at the wooden duck. So I believe I had looked at it the day prior, and it was hand carved. It was a nice piece. But one of the things that I did notice is that it was missing one of the eyes. So I really wasn't sure if it was anything that we wanted. Let me know in the comments if you think that would have affected the value and I should have grabbed it anyway. So, you know, decided not to take it just because it was damaged and not knowing if that was really going to impact the value of from a resale perspective. So again, please let me know if I should have grabbed that. One of the other things Helen mentioned, and I had seen it also the day before, was there was an iPod Nano that was on the desk. It was pink. It was marked at $60, and today it would have been half off. So looking at the comps, I was looking at that's kind of where it was coming in at. It was about $34 when we could see it there. So I really didn't think that we were going to get anything for it. It just didn't seem like it was worth taking the risk. If you all feel different, again, please let me know because we're here to learn. Yesterday when we were at the sale, I was able to get about 15 watches, so I'd cleaned off this table pretty good and the pickings were getting pretty slim, so we continued to move on. Now I tried and tried. I think I looked at this cup about 6 times. I was trying to make it sterling silver. It just wasn't. I looked at it the other day and I really didn't find anything out there, so you know, there it sits and there we left it. So as we move into this room, Here we are with some of the Limoges pieces. Now these were really nice. I would have to say they were in pristine condition. Their prices were right at what we were seeing for the comps, and that's even with the discount. So Helen and I spent some time here. We were sitting there talking. We were wondering, hey, what if we wrap all this up and we make if we give them an offer to try to get those out of there. But I just got the sense today that it really wasn't going to be something that we wanted to try to pursue. I had a feeling with the amount of people and traffic that was going to be coming through the sale that the canal team was going to be able to move those pieces out with the discount where they were currently priced. So Helen and I decided and opted to not negotiate any farther with those, so we continued to move on. One of the things I wanted to do is go back upstairs, see if there was anything left up here, anything that I had missed, and catch my eye. And no, we did not take the pink flamingo with us, despite some of the people seeing it from our friends and family saying we should grab it. So now I think we'll leave it there. One of these obviously was a kid's bedroom. There were lots of games, and it looked like it got rifled through pretty good. I really didn't feel like spending any time looking to see if there was anything in the books. One of the things I did notice after was the Lincoln logs. Putting that in my catalog, those comp out pretty good. I didn't see a price on the bucket, really didn't pay attention. Love playing poker. I'm pretty familiar with cards that are worth some money. I was hoping that these were a chem or another high-end plastic deck. They weren't, so that would have been unfortunate because they were sealed and unopened. So that would have been a nice score, but hey, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Moving into one of the bedrooms, a lot of furniture got moved out of here, so it was pretty cleaned out and really not a lot left. A couple of little items that we looked through, nothing of interest that we were wanting to put into our carry-out bag. Moving in, I wanted to show, this was a master bedroom. I was pretty jealous. This is a pretty nice setup they have in here. Great big walk-in closet. Really, the clothing in there, not our style, nothing that we were looking to see if we were going to acquire. Moving back down, there's a gentleman right here. There's that Waterford crystal I'd mentioned earlier. This decanter had never been used. It was in amazing condition. It was priced at about where the comp was that we were seeing online. We were hoping we could have been able to acquire it. This guy here, he collects these. He was excited, looking for the watermark that was on there, so I offered it in my loop if he really wanted to see it. I was 100% confident it was genuine. Very excited to learn that it had never been used. One of the things we shared with a gentleman that we knew is there were 4 matching glasses that had went out the door yesterday. So that was kind of a letdown for him. He was bummed. He was wishing that he had been there the day before because he would have absolutely grabbed those 4 glasses to go with that. So, but all in all, he was super thrilled to get that decanter. I think the final price on it was about $85 or $90, so he was happy. So right about now, I think Helen and I have probably walked through the house at least 6 different times. I wanted to ask, if any of you out there do estate sales, how do you do it? Let us know. I think we're finding that if you go through one time, take a look, go through again, and continues, you kind of walk through, especially in the areas in those rooms where there's items that you think you like. If you're looking for certain things, just no way that you can take in every little piece and every little thing just with one pass. So, we've gone over this table probably a dozen times, and right here, I didn't even see this little box that had these cufflinks in it. Now, I will say I probably have about 500 cufflinks, so I'm pretty familiar with what sells and what doesn't sell. They can be tough, and some of them can go for good money. Didn't really see anything in here. I was looking for the swank markings on those or any of the other ones. There was no precious metal ones, so it was kind of a box of odds and ends and some tie clips. Back of my brain is saying, hey Aaron, you've got 500 of these. When you look at them, they are appealing. They do make you that that knee-jerk reaction to want to grab them or see if you can get them. There are some nice looking pieces, but again, at the end of the day, it all comes down to, can you make money with it? That's why we're here. So it wasn't that hard of a decision to kind of just pop them back on the table and leave them there for the next person. So yeah, again, went back in, there was an office here. This was another one, again, went back through this room. This is probably the third time coming in. A couple of items that I hadn't seen before. And then I noticed up on the top left, there was a complete set of these VHS that were sealed. Now, typically when I see a sealed VHS, I grab it. I couldn't find any comps on this one. Let me know in the comments if you'd buy this one. It was $5 after the discount. I just didn't know if it was worth taking the risk. I didn't see a lot of activity or even a lot of listings on this particular piece here. So I decided to leave it sitting there on top of the desk. So as you can see, I'm looking for comps, really didn't see any. And then I have right over here, this caught my eye. This was a slide rule. What's really cool is I had just sold one that was actually in pristine condition. Unfortunately, this one was pretty rough. Most of the stickers were worn off on it. It really wasn't in good shape. I just didn't see any value in that. There was no sense in trying to even try to list it. As you can see, everything is delaminated, and really the only thing of value would have been the case. So right back on the table, leave that for the next treasure hunter. Continuing to move on in the office, I try to look for some of the old vintage items that are in here. I know I do pretty good on some calculators, old pens, again looking for anything that sticks in these drawers that people tuck in there that have been in it for years. Then this office had been picked over pretty good. That safe right there, if it would have been cheaper, I might have thought about it, but it was still pretty expensive and too heavy for me to want to drag out of there on the last day of the estate sales. Coming back around, Helen was pretty happy. She found herself a nice little treasure. She was excited. It was Paragon China. We usually always do pretty well with those, so she was thrilled. It was kind of hiding on a table. We've got that listed. It is still live, so feel free to check us out on eBay. Put a bid in it if you'd like. We're pretty excited to have that up. So we're getting down just to the end of this sale, and we are closing out and heading for the next. Last sale we have for the day. As we're heading out, we are about 90 minutes away from the solar eclipse that should be in the area at around 1 o'clock. So here we are, we're at Bonanza estate sales. And as I said, this is the last one we have of the day. It is Monday. It's getting in the early afternoon, and we're pretty tired. We've been to about a dozen sales this weekend. So Helen and I, we've been to this sale. We were here yesterday. We got some really cool items. So we're kind of coming back. I know there were some things that Helen really wanted. Can't wait to show you those coming up here in a few minutes. But I headed into the kitchen because there was a couple of items that I wanted to take a peek again. And as you'll see here, always have your trusty black light because you never know what you'll find. Really didn't see any green glass in there. But coming around over into the kitchen, I did want to check out some of the salt and pepper shakers again, because it's amazing how much money these salt and pepper shakers can bring. I mean, there's some pairs that can go for upwards of several $100s, so it definitely pays to spend some time researching and identifying if there are any salt and pepper shakers that might make the list. But unfortunately, I don't think we had any of those at this sale here today. Continuing on, kitchen was loaded with items. Today was 50% off day, and it was crazy to see how much of this fine china is still sitting here on the shelves. I mean, this was really nice stuff. Nothing we need. Our cabinets are full. Hard part about selling this stuff, it's hard to ship. It's really hard to find people that want to get it, but it's unfortunate because it is really nice stuff. Looking at some of these items in here, you pick them up. They are marked. They are vintage items. Not seeing a lot of comps on them, so we unfortunately have to leave them behind. Did see some china cups over here. I was a little bit interested in these, but when you kind of take a peek at them, you can't see them on the camera here, but they are loaded with some scratches and some cracks, so really not wanting to worry about fussing with those, because you never can tell what happens if you try to ship them out, if they'll stay intact, or if you capture all the damage. So better to let that for the next treasure hunter to see if they can come get it. One of the other things, I'm about 6'2", 6'3" with shoes on. I do have an advantage, I can see up. One of the things I always do is when I see things of personal natures in the estate sales, I make it a point to give those items to the people running the estate sale or the homeowner. Stuff like this, medication, mail, anything, photographs of a personal nature, I try to make sure I hand those in. Just simply, I think it's the right thing to do, and definitely helps build some more of that relationship with the people there and builds that trust. Digging deeper into some of the cabinets here, this is some nice stuff. It was more of the upper end plated items that you would find. Nothing again that we're interested in, but if you like silver plated items, this was the sale for you. Quickly ran into the garage, grabbed the black light again. Didn't really see anything of any great consequence in here, but again, you never know, because you go through and it's just things pop out. You see things that you didn't see the day before. It's like Christmas morning all over again. I looked in this box here and I saw this knife and I was like hoping it was going to be something, but it was plastic. Really didn't think it was anything of any value. Let me know in the comments if you think I made a mistake. It was pretty beat up. I didn't think it warranted taking the time to try to do a slight restore on it. It really wasn't quality. It was something very inexpensive, and I don't think it was very old, so decided to pass on that as well. Definitely don't need any more Samsonite luggage. We are full to the gills on that. Items here on the shelf. I was interested in seeing if this was one of those older vintage radios. It really wasn't, so leaving that as well. Now we'll head back into the house and see what else we can find. Kind of moving back through the kitchen. Again, just absolutely amazed at how much china is still left in the home. It's beautiful sets. If you're looking for some pieces, this definitely was the place for you. There was some nice weighted sterling silver candlesticks. They were priced above the comps, so as a reseller, probably not going to be anything anyone would be interested in. They were a little bit high. Over here is some drinking glass sets, nothing of great consequence. One of the other things is a lot of times people like to showcase their precious items. Now you look in the cabinet, that black light came in instantly, that green vase lit up. But when you check the price of it, I think they were asking about $85 for it, which is more than what the piece would be worth even if we tried to resell it. So just double checking here, as I really like the looks of it. And whenever I find this stuff in the wild, I always want to make sure, because there is quite a variation on this type of glass. So you got to really research it and make sure it works for you, and just make sure you're not leaving something on the table. But this one was priced pretty high, and as you can see, the comps came in at about $25 at a recent auction, so pretty easy to pass, especially with the price tag that they had on it in there, even with a discount. So in here, this was a nice little game room. I gotta read up. I've got to do some more research on dolls. I got to spend some more time figuring out. I think there was some money left there, but not 100% sure. That table right there, I was able to pick up a couple of vintage games, a Mr. Professor and another little ColecoVision game. The ColecoVision game didn't work, unfortunately, but I do have the Little Professor listed on eBay right now. It was a nice score. I got it for $3, so pretty good there. This was another home that had lots of sewing items. This little bookcase right here had a couple of packaged up VHSs and some DVDs that were wrapped. They were more how-to. Didn't really see any comps on them. Usually I throw those in a bag, take them with us, but just wasn't getting a good vibe on those today, so decided to leave and pass on those. Didn't see much interest. This table here had a bunch of items that I was putting my eye on. Helen was in kind of talking to me about some of the jewelry pieces out on the table that we'll show here in a minute, but I spied this little box of 8-track tapes. This one looked pretty cool. I looked at them, kind of figured out, I wonder. So I did a couple comps on them. They were $3-4 a piece, so if I could get these things pretty cheap, it should be an easy win for us to get our money back on those. So I was very excited, grabbed those. Definitely share in an upcoming video how we do. I haven't quite got them listed yet, so still doing some more research. Stay tuned, coming up on a follow-up video on how we did with the sale. So excited to share that as it comes through. So I'm just taking another look at the desk, and Helen calls me over, and she's found this wall hanging sitting on the wall that I didn't see when I was there. Took a quick peek. She was doing some research. It was a McCarty inlay, and when we were kind of researching, the pricing was all over the place. We were seeing anywhere from $5 to $150. It was a kind of an interesting swing. Weren't seeing anywhere on there where it was signed by the original artist. This signature on the back here, we believe, was just a pencil in, maybe by the previous owner here at the home. Not 100% sure, but $16, 50% off, $8. If it's 20, we pretty much might break even, make a couple bucks on it, but hey, what the heck, it's worth the gamble. So we decided to give it a shot, and I'm not having much luck on these little solar calculators here. Not that we were trying to resell them, but they're always just nice to have around the house to punch some keys and crunch some numbers. So Helen, throw that McCarty under your arm and we'll see what we can do with that. I did notice here that they had an AT&T smart flip phone. Definitely used, but it looked like it was in pretty good shape. Wanted to take a second here. I just kind of set this down. I wanted to check a couple other things real quick. I did notice this TI-30XA calculator. They're not a huge dollar item. I checked real quick. These things are not selling for super great money. But again, it's just another tool I can use around the office here. You know, I like these old vintage calculators. Don't ask me why. Come into my office again. On every horizontal surface I have in here, you'll probably find a calculator. You just never know when you need to take a couple of numbers and do some calculations that you can't do in your head anymore, especially when you get to be my age. So quick look at this, realize, you know what, $4 with 50% off. I'm going to throw that in the box. Why not? Let's give it a shot. All right, so back to the AT&T phone here. Open it up real quick. I just wanted to peek. Seals were broken on it. I did open it up. It was a little bit dirty inside, dusty. You know, it's definitely been used. Nothing that wouldn't take too much to get it cleaned up. I did want to do a little bit of checking on it, see what it was worth. And I was showing some of these phones were selling for about $35, $40. Seemed to be the average going price on these, which isn't bad. So yeah, I think I got this thing for around $3, which, you know, to me was definitely an easy one to throw in the box to take a chance on it. So we will add that to the collection and see if we can find something else. We are definitely getting close to the end. It's time to start winding down this great adventure. We need to bring stuff to the front counter. We're about 15 or 20 minutes away from totality. So we just want to do one last little check here at the front desk. We'll get our ticket, tally up our pieces, but before we do that, a couple of things. I mean, with today being a good discount day as it is, we want to just check this table one more time. We did find a couple of great items as we went through this. We found some very, very nice marked vintage costume jewelry. We had some pieces from Sarah Coventry, a nice brooch by JJO, this awesome dog pin by Jerry. It's got some nice ruby rhinestones and a fox pearl hanging off of the collar. It's gold colored. I wish I had a picture of it. The camera that I had on my hat was only recording in purple, and I apologize because we did have some great footage. I'd love to have been able to share that with everybody, but hey, things are what they are. A couple of things that Helen found. She spotted this absolutely gorgeous Trifari little bird with a fox pearl for a breastplate. Absolutely amazing piece. I'll show a listing up right here, but we currently have it on eBay. We got it for $3. It's currently selling for around $100. That was a huge win for us. We're hoping that goes pretty soon. We got another Napier pin. That's a nice little swan piece here. And I also picked up a nice sterling silver pendant that was kind of tucked away in there. I mean, all these pieces we got for less than $3 a piece. Just an amazing deal, and what a great way to end just an absolutely fun weekend. Helen and I know are tired. We're sailed out. We probably visited 12 different sales this weekend, several of them 3 times, some even 4, as we are getting prepared for the Eclipse weekend. We have, like I said, hundreds of items that we are still researching and getting to list on eBay. We have a lot of work still in front of us, but this has been an absolute blast. We've really thanked you all for joining, letting us share this with you. Please leave some comments down below on, thoughts and opinions, what you like, what you didn't like, where did we miss some things and items, and we will endeavor to try to do better and better on every one of the videos, and hopefully can continue this trend and share our adventures with all of you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. And as always, hunt those treasures and share the deals. Talk to you soon. So thanks for hanging in with us. Wanted to do just a quick little summary, show everyone kind of what we got, maybe show up some of the comparables that we have, kind of go over quickly what we paid for a few items. We have so many. Again, I do apologize. I had some footage we weren't able to use. It was with a camera. All the film came out purple. Shouldn't say film. The recording was all purple. And it was so purple, I wouldn't even show it on this one. It was pretty bad. Folks, I do apologize. My coffee on right now. I'm on about my 3rd cup. We took Coco out for a walk this morning, so we are ready to jump in and finish this video from a great weekend. This tray here right in front, this was the Crannies, the bag of watches that I got from them, a great deal. As you can see, all different kinds. A lot of them are missing bands, but that's okay. This one here, this Timex, is working. I haven't done a lot of deep research on these. We just had so many that we're going through. But again, when I can get these watches, and I think I'm about less than $1 a piece on all these, it was a really good deal. I got this pocket watch. It does need a crystal, but all the hands seem to be pretty good. I haven't opened up the back to see if the balance is good, or if this needs any work. It is missing a little bit of the chain clasp here, but again, not a big deal. I really don't think for the money that I paid for it that this is going to be a loss. I actually see this being a good win tray. I do have some watch parts, extra bands, so definitely I'll be able to use this and go through these. This watch here, I did a quick research on this one, Timex, that does have the date and time on it. Again, the comps on this is pretty good, so if I can get this working, hopefully pull that back off and there's no corrosion in there. So I think that tray over and all was an absolute win for us. So a couple other things that we've got here. On the last day of the sale is some of the items that we didn't pick up in the filming, but this little sterling silver bird right here, I got this for about $1. So what's really interesting, and I apologize you can't kind of see it, but there is a 925 on it. They didn't think that it was sterling, but absolutely that is sterling. I found this little charm here, and it's a ballerina that the leg moves. Again, this isn't precious metal, and for those of you that don't know, probably most do, one of the quickest ways to tell is if it's magnetic. This is a little tool that I made with my 3D printer. I just did it up and put a rare earth magnet in there, carried along with this. It's just really easy to tell if anything is precious metal or not. Makes a quick decision in that one. Here's a little figure that Helen picked up, a little court jester, if you will. I do believe it is signed. I don't have my microscope out at this point, but again, nice little piece that we grabbed there. This was one of the that bag of marbles from the first video that I talked about that I had found. If you notice here, it was marked at $1, and when I put my light on it, and hopefully you can see all that they do glow nice and orange. What a great score that was. Not sure if we're going to do those as an individual and throw them in with some other lots, or if we're just going to do the whole bag. So still haven't determined what we want to do on that. I find these pieces, I've been noticing these around through the sales. These are pretty cool. These are Christmas ornaments for the Governor and Mrs. Don Sundquist, back from, I believe, 97 to 2002. I just sold a set of 6 on eBay. I actually had those boxed up and shipped out yesterday. So I found this one. I was glad that this one had a bag and also had the card on it. If I can see those, I'll grab those all day long. Usually about $1 a piece for those. So
They sell for about $6 each. Definitely a win. This little brass, I call it a vernier. Picked this up for $1. These things sell anywhere from $9 to $15 all day long. It was a great find for us. This little belt buckle here, I try to grab belt buckles whenever I can. This one was marked sterling. They had it marked at $30 with 15% off. Got it for $15. I was kind of hoping it weighed a little bit more. It came in at about 17 grams, so definitely a little bit, paid a little more than what the melt value is on it, but I think it'll do all right. It is monogrammed. We'll list that on eBay. I might lot it up just to see how that goes and see if we can get a little more. One of the things I try to grab too are these little pins here. Now, these aren't marked precious. The one thing they are not is they are not magnetic. And sometimes what you have to do is you have to test these. And why I do it is I have an acid testing kit. I have not done that yet. But you have a little stone, you scratch the metal on it. You got to scratch it pretty good to get through the coating if there is any. And then you put the corresponding acid to the purity of the gold. And if the metal stays on the stone, that's the purity of the gold that's in the metal. So make sure you get yourself one of those acid kits if you're thinking about wanting to see if you have precious metal and it's not marked. Usually most things are marked. It's pretty simple. This little figure here, this is another we got the last day. It is a sterling silver piece. It is marked 925 right below the pin. Again, got this for $1. We'll grab those. We love going to the Sunday sales, especially with the last day bargains. Little pin here. This one is marked. I unfortunately can't read it. Don't have my microscope out here. That is when we look for vintage jewelry, especially costume. We are looking for markings. So if you see those markings on there, it's a pretty good chance. We try to avoid Avon. Those typically don't seem to sell very well, but we're looking for Sarah Coventry and Jerry and JJ, some of the other popular brands. Helen found this on our first day of the sales this weekend, salt and pepper shaker. I do think this might be Bakelite. I have not tested it yet. We've done a few, we looked at some of what these were selling for. They're selling for about $30, maybe 20 to 30. See if I can post some of the listings up here in the video. But they're really cool. It's going to be hard to sell these. I think Helen really likes that salt and pepper shaker. That might be staying at the house with us. I did get this little pocket watch here. This does have a Bell logo on it. And now it is a digital watch, and it is an Amatron. And I took a gamble. I think I only paid $5 for it. I'm not sure. It isn't working. I put a new battery in it. It did have some corrosion on the positive lead underneath the battery. I've got to do a little more digging to see if I can get it to function or not. I may be selling this as non-working, or may hold on to it and maybe try to come across another. Kind of unique. I hadn't seen one of these yet. So you never know. When you buy these old watches, sometimes you just take a chance. Moving in, this is the glasses, the bulk box of glasses that I bought. We got this for $8 and haven't really gone through them yet, but the very first pair that we pulled off, this is a Phoenix, and it is a Benetton. We looked real quick, and I may have pronounced that incorrectly, so please don't hate me in the comments, but we looked at these frames right here sell pretty darn good. So I'll throw up a comparative in the video here just to see, but I do believe that we absolutely will make our money back on that lot, especially looking at what some of the vintage glass lots sell for these days. So that was a win in our book. We'll grab those at any chance that we can. This little milk glass right here that Helen grabbed, it is a breakfast, says Hoppy. It's really cool on the bottom, it says Hoppy. I think she got this for around $2. We looked at it, there's comparatively selling $10, $15, so really good find, good score there. Haven't looked at what we're going to do with this yet. Helen grabbed it. She just loved the look of it. Something spoke to her. She says, I got to have it. I thought it was pretty cool, so we still got to do a little more digging in on that one. One of the things I try to find, pens, old pens, looking for fountain pens. Those seem to be very popular these days. These are no brands. I didn't know no brands. These are no brands. They're made in China. I did a little bit of research on them. I think I paid $2 for the tray. I believe I can probably get about $10 to $12 out of that tray right there. Sitting right beside it was this package of refills. You can see it did have a sticker for $10. I kind of had that lumped in with the pens, so we'll see how that does. Maybe I'll do a follow-up and see if we get anything with that one. Got this nice little triometer here. When I looked at it, we picked this up. It was marked at 30% off. These are selling for about $30. This does have a little bit of roughness on the edge here. I don't believe that that's going to take away from any of the value of it, especially when I was looking at some of the comparables that have sold recently on eBay. They were pretty rough as well, so we'll do pretty good on that. That is up and listed right now, so feel free to jump over, take a look at it, bid on it if it's something that you think you like. We also have this tray of 8-track tapes that I grabbed. We're getting ready to throw those up. I've got to go in and just kind of research. If you're a Kenny Loggins fan, there's Happy Day. This is a 10 tracks in here, so pretty cool. I think we'll be excited to get that up and listed, and make sure you follow along. We'll see how that. One of the things Helen and I usually grab whenever we see them, I love when the estate sales bag up costume jewelry. This bag here was sitting at a table. I think it was the second day, so there was a little bit of a discount. We have not gone through the bag yet, but a lot of times you will find in a piece of sterling silver, sometimes some gold. It's not very hard to make your investment back, especially on these bags here. We kind of quickly did a search when we were at the estate sale, looked through it. There's a couple of these band watches. Haven't done any research on them yet, but I easily can see that we can make our money back on this on a nice jewelry lot that we got. We have tubs of jewelry that we're going to be either putting into lots on eBay, maybe trying out an auction here soon on Whatnot. We haven't quite made up our mind yet, but whenever we see these, we grab them. They are a huge score. We love going through them for the treasures that you find. This is a nice cross dual pen and pencil set, and it is 14 karat gold filled, as you can see right there. Marked at $20. This was 50% off, so I got $10 into this set. Last one I saw that sold, I believe it was around 35, maybe 40 bucks. So we'll grab those all day as well too. I don't know what appealed to me on this one, but this was a 50-cent bag. These are the old Cracker Jack prize cards that came in the boxes. Haven't looked at them, but I think they'd be fun to throw in a lot. You never know. We can be creative on how we want to utilize those. This was a piece that we won at a recent auction. This is an alabaster trinket box. There were 3 of them, and all together with the fees from the auction, we paid $26.45. So we're under $10 a piece on these. They sell for about 30 bucks a piece. So we're looking forward. I got 2 of the round ones already up. This one here, as you can see, I've just got to do some cleaning around the edges and then just reattach this back to the top so that it's back in there as well. So that's why we haven't listed this one, but I figured I'd just share and show with all of you. These are the 8-track cleaning tapes that we got from the first sale. Brand new, still in a box. They are listed up on eBay, so if you need an 8-track tape head cleaning cartridge, brand new, there you go. There's 2 of them available. This was the cross pen that we got from the first sale. This was 50% day. Got it for, it was marked at $1.50. Those are great finds that you have. Here's some really cool pieces we won at that auction. This is lot number 278 that we had. I paid with premium $575. So haven't done a lot of research on them, but boy, aren't those pretty cool. And inside there, it also came with a Timex watch. So still, as you can see, you've got to go through some of the bags, dig out, and do a little bit of work on them. I'm going to just lay out a couple of the pieces here. As we can see, we've got these, most of these bags that I got, we won for anywhere from $2 to $3 a bag. So these were really cool. These earrings here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but those are gold nuggets inside the earrings. This lot here we paid a little bit more for, but those are gold nuggets, so we're going to be putting those on soon. Another nice little Timex watch here, along with a sterling silver ring with black onyx, I believe. So $261. We paid on that one $1.15 with premium. So there are deals out there, folks. If you want to have patience and look for them. Here's another one, tie clips. I think, as mentioned before, I can add that to my 500 collection. $266 on this one. We paid $1.15 with premium. and that is a Timex Indiglo watch along with a tie clip. I have not dug into the bag to do any more of the research. This little cufflink watch right here I thought was pretty cool. This lot was a win as well. It was $4.60 with premium. Those hoop earrings, again, possibly precious metal, but I thought that watch was pretty cool. Can't wait to get in and get that working. One more little bag here, some brass sculptures, another watch. This charm bracelet was pretty cool. I wanted to see if, I don't know, we got this one for $12.65. Let me know what you think. It's not precious metal, but boy, those are going to be pretty cool once we get those out, cleaned up, and then listed online. So sometimes, like when you win a lot, like this one here, this is lot 171, and this one was $2.30. This bracelet I think is plastic. The ring might be silver. It's hard to tell. It could be something, might be 925 out of China. I got to dig in though. But you know, when you're on an online auction and you can't see it and you can't touch it, it's hard to tell sometimes. So we'll see what we can do with that. That still might be a win for us. This unit here, $2.65, $2.30. This that's a pretty cool looking watch right there. This is a Defonte by Lucien Picard. So I can't wait to dig into that and see what that one's got. We also have, this is a 48-inch vintage pearl beaded necklace, and it's 10-karat gold-filled Benrus ladies watch hidden in there as well. I actually just sold a Ben Ross this morning for $22, almost identical to that. And that particular lot right there, I got $10.35, not only in the pearls, but also in the Benrus watch. So, pretty excited about that. That was a good deal. I also have this one. This is a titanium ring. This is lot 260 that we won. I got $10.35. This watch I don't even think was ever worn. This is just quickly looking at it. I mean, this is an absolutely nice piece. This is what they call an escali, and I got to do some more digging on what that is. But again, $10.35 with premium. I think that's a win all day. Getting close to the bottom of the auction stuff here. Lot 114 that we got. Just checking the transcripts here real quick. This was $2.30. Timex Silvertone stretch band and a paparazzi 20-inch silver and green beaded necklace and green acrylic hand-painted clip-on earrings, as you can see here. So they're saying those are acrylic. I'll take a little closer look at them. But for $2.30, I think that's a win, and pretty excited to see what we can do with that. So I got the Little Professor up on eBay right now. This was the Microvision Blockbuster that was right next to it. It was marked $4, 50% off, $2. I put a couple of there's one 9-volt battery on this side. This has a spare slot for a battery over here. Turned it on. The LCD screen didn't quite light up. I was a little bit disappointed. I don't think it's going to ever work again, but I've still got to do a little more digging to see if there's something I can do to possibly get this up and working, because this would be a pretty cool piece if it was, and more to come on that, but keep our fingers crossed that this thing can be brought back and working again. But if not, I'm sure I can still sell it as good pieces. The plastic's in good shape, and I'm sure there's some people out there that might need replacement pieces and parts for it. Grab this little piece. Curious if anybody out there has seen any of these phones kicking around. So this still has the plastic coating on it. This is one of them old flip phones, the Captain Kirk style, as we like to say. This thing has never been used. It was just kind of purchased and put back in the corner, and I believe I got this for about $3. So looking at the comparables that are selling online, I think we'll do pretty good on this one. Hoping to get about $35, maybe $40 out of it, but we'll see. Yet to tell. Pretty excited about that. This little chicken, Helen grabbed this. Not 100% sure what it is, but it appealed to her. This was on the first day of the sales. It seems to be some type of acrylic. I thought it was wood, but I don't believe that it is. It does appear to be hand carved, so we've got to dig in and look at that, what that is, and keep your eye out soon to see if that'll be popping up on eBay. And that's something that appeals to you, feel free to jump in and throw a bid on it. A couple of belt buckles that we received. I got these, this pig here and this train, and I do believe I have another pig buckle, but it's in my inventory listed. We weren't able to find anything on this one. It is not precious metal, but it is marked. We got it for $5. It was on a 50% off day, and we're waiting to see what we can do with that first one. It is signed. It is a pretty cool piece. I love the inlays here with the annealing. It's nice and blue, and the two-tone of the pig. I don't think we'll have a problem selling that. I think that's a really cool piece. We're getting close to the end. Kind of finishing up, I got three more little auction items. This one here is a Renati watch. Got a little bit of bling on it. We do have a Geneva denim watch here. There's a red bow pin and a gold stretch bracelet with heart and bow. This particular bag right here, this lot, was $1.15 with premium. Pretty cool find. Love getting these. That's why these auctions sometimes are so much fun, because again, it's that perpetual treasure hunt. This lot here is... I
apologize, everybody. I'm going to do a quick voiceover. I messed up the name of the watch here. This is a 1 gram gold bar that was customized into this watch face. It's really cool, especially with the price of gold where it is today. So I just wanted to dub in real quick so I could fix that little bit of a mistake and back at it.
Seen one like this before. Never seen one like this before. I've really been trying to find something out there that's close to it. But 1 gram of gold, even now, so that with the new day gold rush, if you've all been watching the news, you know that gold is up to like record highs, $2,400 an ounce. I'm going to be spending some time on this watch alone, just having some fun with it. See if I can get I haven't opened it up to see how if the quartz and everything in the back is okay as far as any leakage of the battery.
If you're still with us, thanks for hanging in there to the end of the video. We were running into some technical difficulties. One of the cameras that I was recording with, the battery kept dying. I just wasn't able to keep up with it. It was getting a little bit frustrating. Also, I'm using a Windows laptop. It's tired. We're at about 46 minutes into the video right now, and it is going slow. So I've got some new equipment coming. Ordered a new computer, should be here tomorrow, changing the game, making it a lot easier and a lot better. Also, no more purple camera. Just dropped off Amazon today. New camera here going in, especially for the weekend coming up. Now, Helen has given me permission to go out on Sunday and see if I can find some new treasures. Tomorrow, being Saturday, will be a full day of posting. I have a lot of stuff, as you can see behind me, all over there, and especially here on the desk. Items that I've got to get listed up on eBay, make sure that we sell that out, make more room for new stuff. I really hope you've enjoyed sharing the time with us, because I've enjoyed sharing it with all of you. Hope to see you all again soon. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments in there. Help me out. I have a lot to learn. Hopefully we can share knowledge back and forth and you enjoy what we're doing here today. I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing you again real soon. Thanks again, Aaron, TNT Treasures. Why are you still here? The video's over. I gotta go back to work. If you're still here watching, cool. I don't know, maybe this will be a trend, but let's have some fun. Glad you stayed anyway. Really, I gotta go, okay? I gotta go to work. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. See ya.